part 2. In the last word, it just said was pain. I shut my alarm off, and for some reason it went off, and I just checked it and it's off. So I don't know who did that, but could you please stop? And who's ever touching me, can you please stop? Back away. If you cannot play nice, we will stop this right now. Thank you. What I was trying to say was, when I said it felt like someone was touching me, okay. Stop. You know, if you go outside and it's real cold and someone touches you with their hand, it felt just like a hand touched my back. And I'm sure they don't mean any harm by it, but do not touch me unless you have my permission. If you cannot play nice, which they don't mean no harm, it's just their way of maybe showing me that they're actually here. I don't need you to touch me to know that you're here. Patricia. That's a new name. Hello, Patricia. Welcome. Who said pain? Again, that might have been Mick. Mick was talking about blacksmith. I do believe Mick was also the one that asked me if he was dead, or that said, am I dead? We have a lot of mixed characters in the room this morning. Again, I apologize. I don't know whoever it was that came through was being a little class clown, because I did shut it off. I checked it and it was off. So please don't affect the devices. It is so cold right here right now. It's like someone's standing next to me. This side of my face is like I'm standing next to a freezer with the door open. Andrea. Oh, hello, Andrea. Is that you, love? Is this my very good friend, Andrea? I'm gonna get emotional. I usually ask for family and friends to step back and allow the floor for other spirits to come forward, but I will make an exception this time, Andrea. And only for Andrea. I had a very good friend suddenly pass away back in January. And she was also my hairdresser. So I know she's probably going, oh my goodness, girl. She had a husband and children that lost a mother and a wife very suddenly. Touch. Was that you that touched me? Sorry, I don't know if you can see it though. It said touch. Andrea, are you asking permission to touch me? Yes, you have my permission. And it was so weird too, because the way I found out was very shocking. I found out on Facebook. And I was unable to go to the service, so I sent flowers to the funeral, for the funeral. But I found out on Facebook. I hadn't been on Facebook in a couple days, and with my Serenity, with my disability, there's days where I will sleep most of the day and that's what had happened. I had a few rough days where all I did was basically sleep on and off all day. And so I was finally feeling better, and I went on Facebook, and the first post I see is her announcement, her funeral announcement. At first I scrolled by it because I was like, what is this? She's playing one of those app games where it predicts when you're gonna die or whatever. And so I scrolled back up to it and I clicked on it and I was reading it, and I was in such disbelief that peacefulness. I'm glad you're at peace, love. I hope you didn't suffer. But I took a screenshot of it, and both my daughters have met Andrea, but my youngest knew Andrea better, and because she would take me to my appointments most of the time. And I'm sorry. This is why I don't let family or friends come through, because it gets too emotional. Then afterwards, I text our good friend Tina. We had a mutual friend, Tina. In fact, that's how I met Andrea, was through Tina. And oh goodness gracious. And I asked Tina if it was true, and she said yeah. That she had passed away over that weekend that had passed. I think it was like a Tuesday or a Wednesday when I saw it on Facebook.
Keep the camera on.
Keep the camera on. Okay, love. Who's that? Keep the camera on? Who am I speaking with? It's a full sentence, so very smart and intelligent response. And anyway, that was him.
That was him.
Okay, that was him. I'm trying to think of the last mail that came through. Was that Jasper? But yeah, it was a shock. I still can't understand it. It was just she passed away at home in her kitchen. From what I was told, her husband was doing CPR until the EMS got there, but it was too late. They couldn't bring her back. From what I understand, I think they did a couple times, but and her boys were there when it happened. crazy. It's just she had a surgery done, and she became septic, and the surgery went well. She was home recovering. She was home healing, and oh my goodness.
A girl was killed.
Okay. These are very full sentences. A girl. Who am I speaking with, please? Stream. Okay. Who am I speaking with, please? May I have a name? The girl was killed. Stream. Please don't do that. Somebody knocked on the wall. Yes, he does.
God protects this place.
Yes, he does. Amen. Trying to get something on. Don't kick the Bible, please. I have to read my Bible in a little bit. It said a girl was killed. Do you mind sharing what her name was? Very sporadic, like, not. I think the only really full story we had was from Mick. I feel like Mick was the blacksmith. Ethel. I feel like Ethel was. She's no. I don't feel her here anymore. 8. Was that how old the girl was? Keep the camera on. Very intelligent responses, I will say. But just, it's like they're all trying to tell me their story at one time. And this is why I will ask for, when we talk to Nancy, I ask for the other spirits to please stand back, because it would just get too overwhelming for me, because they all want to talk at one time, and that's basically what this is. Sometimes you can kind of guesstimate who's speaking to you, because I can feel the energy when they come through most of the time. especially if they're very intelligent, meaning using full senses, announcing themselves. Affection. When they're speaking in full senses, when they're very just a matter of fact type of thing. And I can kind of get an image of what they look like and a sense for when and where they came from. You know, like for example, the 1700s or the 1800s. I've gotten some from 1700s that speak very big words. It's like pull out the dictionary because you know Thomas is here. But it's just very. Oh, my room's getting cold. Violet. And then you have these one-worded responses. Either they're, and I don't believe there's any such thing as a dumb spirit. I just feel like intelligent. I just feel like some spirits have more energy and they're older, meaning they've been here for a long time. So they've been able to gather and grow the energy they need to speak. So when I say intelligent, I'm not by any means calling anyone dumb. It just means they have more energy. They have. Alrighty then. No. No. Whoever said that, you can leave. It's a male. It's definitely a male energy that said that. You can leave. You are not wanted nor desired here. You can go bye-bye. I feel like it was a young spirit. A male, maybe in his 20s. Very angry, obviously. Little girl.
Little girl.
We are nice here, okay? I don't know what part of nice you're not understanding, but I'm not the one. I can be nice to you and allow you to be part of our conversation, or not. That's entirely up to you. But I'm not the one. So whoever just said that to me, whoever just called me a little girl, is probably the same one that said that. You can go. Goodbye. I don't horse around in life with people or the spiritual world. I'm not going to do it.
Get out.
He's still here. He's being rude. You get out. You're in my space. I've invited you here. My space is protected. You notice he got angry when I brought the Bible to me. That's when this ignorancy started. I am protected. You are not allowed here. Only love, light, peace, joy is allowed. Malicious. Yeah, I had a feeling thank you. He's not a very nice guy, is he? He likes to cause havoc. He likes to be rude and mean. We don't want that here. You know, and that's the thing too. I don't do this I'm not an investigator. Okay, I'm just a person with a gift. And right now my mind isn't open. You know, if it's not, it's not open to them to do anything they want. It's open to them to come and talk. And you're going to have your angry spirit here and there, you know, and it could be that they're angry because they're no longer in the living, you know, they're not in the physical world, and they're angry because of that. And they're going to take it out on people. And the minute that they find a beacon, they're going to act out. They're going to be nasty. You have to just, my mind is not open for a nasty. My mind, it's like, you know, it's just open. It's like when I say open-minded, I feel like in my mind, in my eyes, I see a window that's open, and I'm just standing there and I'm talking to my neighbors. That's what that means to me. When I say I'm focusing my energy on one person, that means that window is not open to just anybody. That I'm only allowing my energy to connect to with that one spirit that I want to speak with. So I am not allowing negative and nasty and malicious and mean and rudeness. It's not allowed here. I worked here. Okay. Again, remember, this is probably an older spirit. Is this the blacksmith? These houses weren't always here. Remember that, guys. And this is a part 2, so we have to remember that too. I don't know who's touching me, but could you please step back? I have that hand right in the middle of my back, very cold. I know I said it was an open floor, but I would also like to know abhorrence. I have to find out what that means. By any chance, is Nancy Guthrie here with us this morning? And I know this is going to be a 2-parter. I'm going to link this one in part 1. So you can also find it there as well. I was just wondering if Nancy was around. Hear me.
Hear me.
Okay. Who is it that I'm supposed to be listening for? May I have a name, please? The last name we got in was, well, we got the word Violet. So that could have been a name of somebody. I can't believe it said that. That's just rude. I was talking, so I didn't hear it right away. I looked down, I'm like, oh no. A lot of different energies this morning, which I guess is bound to happen because, you know, I have the past few times that I've done a video for you guys, we've talked to Nancy. You know, we were focusing all of our energy on Nancy. And so it's like, they're like, oh, she's here. We can all talk today. So they all had a lot to say. Okay, who said hear me? What am I listening for?
I was religious.
I was religious. Well, I love that you were religious. I'm a bit religious myself, as you can see. We got the Bible. May I have your name? And for my viewers that maybe aren't, I'm not judging anyone who's not, but I do have questions. I've come across quite a few people in my life that don't believe that there's a God, and being a person who loves God and believes in Him.
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy. My goodness, we're getting a lot of big words. Okay. We're going to have to look that word up too. If anybody knows what that means, let me know. It hurts my soul when I hear someone tell me they don't believe. It's like, look around you. How can you not? How can you not? What I am, what I do is not evil. I was born this way. I was born with the ability, and it's a gift. I call it a gift. It can be very overwhelming at times. But instead of ignoring it like I did for half of my life, because I've always had episodes, I've always heard things, about 85 to 95% of the homes I lived in had a haunting. I always had episodes. Something was always happening. And it wasn't until my late 20s when I embraced it and like, no, I am in control of this. I'm not going to allow it to scare me anymore. And I was scared because I didn't understand. I let it frighten me, and I don't let it anymore. But it's a gift. So, and there are people out there that think that people that do, that go out looking and investigate, and people that read tarot cards or read the cards or whatever, there are people out there that think,
I'm only 6.
I'm only 6. There are people out there that think it's evil, it's sinful. Oh, what you're doing is bad. You shouldn't mess with that stuff. Now, grant you, there are people out there that they should not be doing what they're doing. I agree. Because especially when you don't know what you're doing and you're fooling around with that stuff. But when you have people out there like myself that were born different, that were born with a gift, that were born with an ability, destroy. Oh my goodness. No, we're not going to destroy. No. It can be a beautiful thing. And so when I do this, I'm looking for the beauty in it. I'm looking for the beauty in it. I'm looking for the love, the compassion. I'm giving people, I'm giving spirits a voice. Just like in the physical world, I advocate for CRPS. I advocate for people like myself who are afraid to talk about their disability. That's what I'm doing here, just helping. Little girl. There we go again with the little girl. So either someone is a little girl or someone's calling me a little girl. Oh. But I think we're going to leave it here because we're at our hour mark between the 2 videos that I'm going to have to upload today. It's 5 o'clock. And I apologize for a part twoer. I wasn't planning on having a part twoer. But, alright. So, spirits, when I close out this session, that means I'm ending this conversation. When I end this conversation, you are to leave. You are not to stay. You are not to linger. You have to go. I promise we will talk again soon. But in the meantime, you have to go. You are not to stay. You are not to linger. Thank you for speaking with us this morning. Thank you for coming and joining us this morning.
Am I dead?
Again, am I dead? Unfortunately, you are. I'm so sorry. But we have to go now. We have to close out this conversation. You cannot stay. You cannot linger. You must leave. Okay. And ending. So yes, I will. What is today's date? Today's the 13th. Okay. So there's a few words on here that I wanted to look up. I'm going to do this now before I end this. I take my screenshots and then that way I can share it with you guys as well. So I think I got them all. Let me do this one more time just to make sure. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you all for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed our spirit talk. A lot of interesting things came through this morning. Sorry, my daughter sent a picture of my grandson. He's the youngest of my grandbabies, my daughter's little blessing. And he truly is a blessing, especially for her. All right, guys, I'm going to go. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me. If you've not subscribed already, please do so. It helps the channel grow. And we're still a very small channel, so let's get us out there. Let's get us all the love that we need. Let's bring in others that believe and want to hear what the spirits have to say. So I love you guys. I'm sending you all gentle hugs, love and light, peace and joy, and nothing but a positive day. And until next time, ciao for now.